Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome to another Madden rebuild video. Today, we travel back, what is it, 5-6 years at this point? Probably 6 years, right? Because it comes out the year before. So it's probably been like 6 years or so. We travel back to Madden 20. Some people think the last great Madden because of the way that it played on the field. I don't know. It's definitely a Madden. And it is the first Madden that introduced X factors to players. Changed the entire game. Unbelievable. But the reason we are back in Madden 20 is not for nostalgia purposes. Not necessarily, at least. It is for the sole purpose of rebuilding a problematic franchise. That's right. We are going to be rebuilding Washington. Now, there's been some controversy. There's been some controversy about whether or not the name that I haven't decided yet if I'm going to call them or not, because I haven't really called them that since they changed it. But you know what? For the sole purpose of this video, I will say it. Even though I know a lot of people don't really care, but I will say it. So back in the day when they were the Washington Redskins, they were getting a lot of flack because the name is racist. Hurts a lot of people, even though I know that the people that like the name defend it because they say, oh, the native people, they don't care about the name. Like, they go back and forth. They have their arguments to defend it. And I just think change the name to a non-problematic name and then you don't have any controversy in the first place. So, but anyway, we're going back because not only is the name controversial, but the owner is controversial. Dan Schneider used to own the Washington club, whether it was the Redskins at the time or the Commanders now or the football team before he sold it. So thankfully he did sell it, but this whole organization, this whole team, management, ownership, everything was just problematic, controversial, everything about it. So we're going to go back to Madden 20. The last Madden, I think, with the Redskin name. I don't think in Madden 21, I think at the start of Madden 21 they had it because I don't think the team in real life had decided on what their name was going to be. But I think during the Madden 21 cycle, they changed the game. They changed the name in the game to the football team. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then I think they had the football team in 22. And then it's been the Commanders ever since. I'm not 100% sure what the timeline is. I'm not 100% sure. But I think for a fact that this game is the last one, the last full game that has the Redskin name in it. So, and the logos and all that kind of stuff. So we are going to be going back to Madden 20, the last one that has the name, and we're going to be rebuilding the team because I don't think they were that good back then. Is it going to go well? I hope so. I don't remember how easy or hard it was to rebuild back then. This, fun fact, is the first Madden game that I actually did full-time content on. Madden 20 back in the day. I actually had some Madden 19 content on the channel at the very, very, very beginning stages of my channel when I first started it. But once Madden 20 came out, I really started to go hard on it. And that was when I first did the Chicago Bears Legends series, the one that took off on the channel, at least the first episode did. I think it's got over 18,000 views or something like that. It's crazy. The first episode's crazy. So, and that was back before I had all the microphone and everything like that. I think I was talking through my headset microphone at the time. But anyway, this game holds a special place in my heart because this is the first one that I actually did a lot of big-time content on. So I also did the Face of the Franchise thing on this. So I did a bunch of cool stuff on this game. If you want to go back and watch it, just scroll down or change the sorting by newest to latest or to oldest or whatever. And you should be able to find my OG content. Or there's a playlist. Just find the playlist. But let's get into it. We're going to be rebuilding the Washington Redskins and hoping that they can win a Super Bowl. Hoping that we can get one done. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how hard it's going to be. I don't remember. I also don't remember how easy or hard the trading is. I do remember this is the old scouting thing, which is going to be a little bit of a culture shock considering we've had the new scouting for a while. I guess it's not new anymore. We've had the updated scouting for a while now, so there's going to be a lot of changes that are I got to get used to. But let's see if we can do it. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go rebuild this problematic franchise. Here we are in Madden 20, and don't you just miss this old home screen with your coach pacing back and forth on his in his office on his phone. I did like there was one feature with this background that I did like. They when you win a Super Bowl, they did put the Super Bowl up on the back on his desk back there, but it's only like the first two that you win. So if you win like 5 in a row, there's only going to be like 2 or 3 on the back desk. So it's limited, but it is a little addition. But this is the old menus, the old everything. Like I said, this is the first Madden game that introduced X factors. Let's take a look at this roster. Let's do it the classic way. Let's go to the lineup screen. Here we go. Oh, okay. So we got a lot of work to do. We've got Trent Williams because this is before he had his falling out with the franchise, which, like I said, problematic. They let Trent Williams go, one of the best tackles of all time, and he walked out the door to San Francisco. I think they screwed up something with his injury. He like had an injury, but they didn't manage it very well or something. I think that's what happened. We still have a very good tight end in Jordan Reed. We have Brandon Scherf, which is good. We have no wide receivers because Terry McLaurin is a rookie, and he hasn't turned into the Terry McLaurin that we know now. Alex Smith, Case Keenum, and Simba, Dwayne Haskins Jr., rest in peace. We have some talent here. I wonder if we can get this to be Dwayne Haskins develop, because he's got a dev trait, as you can see right there with the blue background. I'm assuming it's only star, but we might be able to get him to develop. I don't know. And then on the defense, we've got Montez Sweat, who is in this game an outside linebacker. Okay. We've got Jonathan Allen, who's a defensive end. Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis. I mean, this whole team is messed in the wrong position. We're going to need some new linebackers. We're going to need some new corners, a new safety. We might even move Montez Sweat. We might even change this whole team around the way that it looks. We might move Jonathan Allen to D tackle, which is where he should be. Montez Sweat to defensive end. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But this team needs a lot of help, which is why I wanted to come back and rebuild them. What's free agency look like, by the way? I just loaded up the file. I didn't even look at like the rosters that I have. I assume I have on this game. But there's nobody here that I like. I was hoping there might be like a steal of a player. But no, there's not really. So we're here in season number 1. I don't really think I'm going to do much. I don't really know. I got to try to figure out a game plan here for this rebuild. What am I gonna trade away some veterans? Like, am I gonna trade away Ryan Kerrigan, who's 31? Josh Norman's also 31. He's probably not going to do much for us. That might actually be a decent idea. And obviously, we don't have I wanted to keep pressing triangle to do the get trade offers, but we can't do that. But we do have the benefit of the green little corner triangle thing to find out who's interested. So the Bills and the Bengals are both interested. A lot of teams are interested in Josh Norman. Makes sense. Can I get a first-round pick for Josh Norman? We also have the benefit of hindsight, so we know who's going to be good. Like younger players that we know are going to be good, like Terry McLaurin. Josh Allen, okay, he's a 74 overall. Do I just ride it out with Josh Allen? Do I trade for Josh, or do I go for Dwayne Haskins? Does Josh have a dev trait? He does. He has star dev. I would assume so. I don't think this isn't Joe Burrow, right? Joe Burrow's not here yet? No, Joe Burrow's not here yet. I didn't think so. I think it's the next year he's here. What about the Ravens? Where's Lamar Jackson at? There he is. Look at Lamar, baby. Look at Lamar. We could bring RG3 back to the team. These quarterbacks are absolutely insane. Seeing them back here. Oh, Deshaun Watson before he was problematic. We should get him on the team. Just have a whole problematic team. There's Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck, still on the Colts, hasn't retired yet. Did Andrew Luck not retire by 2019? Wow, I thought he's been retired for a while. I guess not. Brady's still a Patriot, 42 years old, getting close to the end of his Patriot time. Now that I talk about it, I kind of want to get... Where's he at? I kind of want to get Deshaun Watson. I kind of want to get Deshaun. Because, I mean, we're rebuilding a problematic team. Might as well get a problematic player. He's not problematic by this point, but we know his history, or his future. What's this trade straight up? Okay. Not good. They need a left tackle and a right tackle. Well, I'm not going to give you a left tackle, but I could give you a D tackle. I could give you Deron Payne because we would be looking to move Jonathan Allen to D tackle. So we wouldn't need necessarily Deron Payne. Hmm. Is it going to be possible? We only have a first round pick this year. We don't have a second. Hmm. It might not be possible to get Deshaun. It might not be possible to get Deshaun. Let's go back to thinking about like draft picks. Who would be willing to give me a draft pick? I bet Buffalo would be willing to give, maybe not the fourth overall. Ooh, wow. Maybe they would be willing to give me the fourth overall pick. Okay. That was a lot more successful than I was expecting it to be. We just don't have a lot of depth, unfortunately. I could give you Tim Settle. You want Tim Settle? Kind of. Oops, I took Josh Norman away. The menus move so fast in this game. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not used to it because the modern games are so, I say modern, the games from like 5 years from now are so much more slow and sluggish. I'm not used to the snappiness. And a trade accepted, third round pick. So Josh Norman and a couple of bums gets us the fourth overall pick from the Bills. Now, will they be fourth overall when we get to the draft? Probably not. I'm assuming the Bills are going to simulate pretty well. But another first round pick is nice, especially when we don't have a second. Is there anybody else here that I want to trade? I mean, I don't think Adrian Peterson's going to get us any value. There are a couple teams that want him. Who can we get for Adrian Peterson? Can I get another first round pick? There's no way I can get a first round pick. Adrian Peterson, 34-year-old, 83 overall for another first round pick. I know it's super late in the draft. Can I just get first round picks for the entire team? We have Chris Thompson. We have Darius Guice. Oh, another problematic player. We might just get everybody that's problematic. But I'd be willing to trade Chris Thompson. Can I get another first round pick for Chris Thompson? No, nobody's like super. Oh, the Bills, but I already have their first round pick. I guess I could take their first round pick next year. Give me your second and your first round pick next year for Chris Thompson. All right, that's not as close. What about just a second for Chris Thompson? Okay, that's a little bit better. Just take the entire Bills draft room. Who do I want to give up? Do I even want to give up anybody? I don't have to give up Chris Thompson. I was just kind of messing around. Another problematic, Reuben Foster. How many problematic people are on this team? Reuben Foster was so good at Alabama. He was so good. He was a menace. I don't think we're gonna trade Chris Thompson, but we do get an extra first round pick, or two extra first round picks. So we have 3 first round picks this year. And I guess that'll be what we have to keep an eye on. Let's sim to midseason, see what happens. I don't know if it's going to go well or not, but 3 first round picks ain't bad, and maybe we should be bad. Who knows? Because we have those picks, and hopefully the Eagles. We just played the Eagles in week 1, so I guess we would hope that we would beat them. How would that even work? We would probably want to beat them, right? So we can guarantee them at least 1 loss. They don't go undefeated. I don't think that they would, but you never know. Is there going to be a way I can get Deshaun Watson? I guess I could package those 2 extra first round picks we had for Deshaun Watson. That's possible. I don't even know if it would go through then. Things to think about. Things to think about here. I can't believe Adrian Peterson got us a first round pick. What's our record? We are 2-6. Yes, we're bad, and the Bills aren't that good either. Dwayne Haskins might be developing, by the way. He just got like 2 upgrade points. He should be up to like a 74 now, right? Yeah, he's a 74. Okay. Let's start Darius Guice. Let's just go all in on Dwayne Haskins. If we're going to be bad, we're going to be bad. We might as well get him some development. And we might as well go all in on Terry McLaurin. Get him some development. Then on defense, Montez Sweat going up pretty well. He's already up to a 77. He was a 74 when we started. All right. So we might as well go in on the young guys. See how that goes. We have some... I forgot about this. We have the points that they give us. That's right. So we have The old scouting system. Let's just go through and scout some of the top guys. We got some first round talents at the top of the board. We're going to need a running back, I would assume, because I don't think Darius Geis is going to be the guy for us. We spend all these points. Oh, now we're finally getting to the bad players. Okay. Spend all these points. We'll find out by the end of the year if Dwayne Haskins is going to be our guy or not. I don't know. And I don't remember if the playbooks are that important back in the day. Were they that important back in Madden 20? I don't remember. I don't know. We're going to simulate the rest of the year and see if this team can continue, that's a hard thing to say, to stay bad, because a top pick would be super nice. Hopefully the Bills and the Eagles also stay bad. We make it to the playoffs. Obviously, we are not a part of them. What's our final record look like? 6-10. Eagles also went 6-10, so we're going to be having a decent draft pick for them as well. How'd the Bills do? The Bills went 7-9, so nobody went like horrible. Everybody finished pretty well. We're not going to have a top 5 pick, unfortunately, which I probably would rather have a top 5 pick than 3 20 picks or whatever they're going to be. So Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith actually was putting up good numbers before we took him out, but Dwayne Haskins comes in, 1,600 yards, 11 touchdowns, 14 picks. Is he going to be the guy? I don't know. Darius Geis had a good season once he started. He probably would have got 1,000 if we would have started him the whole season. Vernon Davis had 877 yards. How did where's McLaurin at? 284 and 3 touchdowns. We put him in the number 1. He got that many yards, or that few yards, I should say. Mason Foster 118 tackles. Sean Dion Hamilton 106. Collins 92. Dunbar with 91. I forgot how bright the menu was back. It's giving my retinas a burn. Jonathan Allen 17 tackles for loss. Ioannidis had 12. Sack leader was Allen again at 8.5. That's good. Where is Sweat? Sweat had 62 tackles, 2.5 sacks. I bet if we put him to pass rusher, he'd be a little bit better. All right. That is season number 1 in the books. We will move to the off season where hopefully we have a good chunk of money and 3 first-round picks. Maybe we can trade those 2 first-round picks, like I said, for Deshaun Watson. Who knows? Probably not now because he's going to have to... He's probably developed a little bit more, so he's a little bit of a higher overall, I would think, so it's going to be a little tougher. But we'll see. All right, what do we have here? We got some college players to scout. So let's scout a quarterback here. This guy's jumped up. He wasn't here last time. I wonder if we should take a running back. That could be kind of fun. We need to scout wide receiver, that's for sure. Are there any big-time wide receiver? That guy's a bust. He's an absolute dud. What about corner? Because we definitely need some corners, especially trading away Josh Norman. But it does not look like this is a cornerback class, that's for sure. A little bit scary. The linebackers aren't that good either. Okay, this draft could suck on defense. It could legitimately suck. I don't know. I didn't even see who's in the Super Bowl. Who's in the Super Bowl? Colts and Cardinals, and the Colts won. Okay. Good for the Colts. Negotiation time. How much money do we have? I can't see. Where's our money situation? It's not telling me. All these guys are bums back here. Obviously, we want Brandon Scherf back. Okay, here's our cap room. We have $42 million. He's 28 years old. We know, obviously, how good he is in real life, or how good he was in real life. I'll give him 43.8, see what he says. That's a good offer. He's coming back. Chris Thompson has dropped all the way to a 77. He was like, what, like an 83 or something? That's kind of crazy. Josh Doxson, 27. That's a lot of money for you, big dog. I don't think I want any of these guys back, actually. Maybe we should get Josh Doxson just for the depth. Because if we lose Josh Doxson, we really only have, like, Terry McLaurin. I don't know. Can I trade anybody? How's Deshaun looking? Deshaun is up to an 80. Yeah, he's an 85 now. We probably should have traded for him before the season started. We have pick 8, pick 9, and pick 12. Pick 12 doesn't get us anywhere. Both picks don't get us anywhere. Yeah, we should have traded for Deshaun before the season started. If that was the way that we were going to go. That's all right. Terry didn't develop at all. It's a little concerning. Can I get anything for Chris Thompson? The Chiefs kind of want him. That's the Colts, and that's not the right thing to click. The Chiefs kind of wanted him. They need a running back. Who's their running back right now? Darwin Thompson. They don't have Kareem Hunt just yet. Can I get a second round pick for him? That might help us out a little bit. That's pretty close. What about a player? Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins. Hmm. Chris Jones is already too good. Nah, I don't want Frank Clark. Carl Nassib's cool. Darren Lee's a 77. That's kind of interesting. Nobody at the corner position that I want. Nah, might as well just go for a second round pick. Excuse me. Get something in my throat. Might as well go for a second round pick here. And we can give back. They want a middle linebacker. I can give you Mason Foster since we don't need him anymore. And the trade offer is accepted. Perfect. So we get a second round pick for Thompson and Thomas. And now that leaves just DRC, Josh Doxson. I mean, we have Paul Richardson and Terry McLaurin. If we don't sign Josh Doxson, we're probably going to need to draft a receiver at some point. I mean, 27 years old, he's not going to really do anything for us. I'm just going to save the money. We got Brandon Scherf back, which is the big one. We got Brandon Scherf back. I probably could have traded Josh Doxson, maybe got another second round pick or something, but it's fine. We'll see what's in free agency here. There is Kareem Hunt. Oh, so they did have him, but he didn't sign a new contract just yet. Well, we could sign him. That'd be pretty fun. No big-time quarterbacks are available, but Dwayne's gone up to a 77. That's pretty decent. Wide receiver, you got Josh Gordon, who's still a thing, still relevant back in the day. Nobody else here is good at all. Nelson Aguilar. Yikes. Do I want to pay? I mean, 95 points the Ravens put on Josh Gordon. I don't think I want to go after that. Tight end, we have Jordan Reed, who's 30. Free agency's not that great, is it? Andrew Whitworth, Jason Peters. We need a new left guard. Who was our left guard originally? I don't know. I don't like any of the centers. We don't need a right guard. We do need a right tackle. Lyle Collins and Jack Conklin are both available. 27, 26. I think we could try to maybe battle for Jack Conklin. Get a nice young right tackle on the team. I don't want to pay too much for him, but we'll see. We'll see how many points this puts us at. Because I think we were battling like 90-something points for the Bucks. We'll offer him that, see what that says. Oh, that's 157. Never mind. No, back out. No. Withdraw the offer. That is, wait, did I withdraw it? No, that's just showing me the details. How do I withdraw the offer? There we go. I did it. Okay. That's way too much money. Or way too many points. What about if I just give him 8 million and then like 4.5? What's that do? That's 122 points. Okay, that's still pretty good. But it's not the 157 points or whatever I was giving him. Robert Gimdiche. Do we want him? Maybe. He's another. Is he problematic? He might be. Everybody's problematic. Yannick Ngakoue. Maybe. Linebacker Jatavius Brown. Okay. Middle linebacker Shazier? Miles Jack has no bids? What? Maybe everybody ran out of money? I don't know. I'm going out. He's 24 years old. How did he make it here? How did Miles Jack make it here? He's an 87 overall. I'm going all in on him. Give me 170 points. 146 points. You better sign that, big dog. Let's see. We're running out of money. Kendall Fuller. He's 25. That might not be a bad idea. There's a lot of young corners in here. Can we win a battle for Kendall Fuller with the remaining money? We don't have a lot of it. I don't know. I'll try it. See if we can win this battle. 60 mil. Nope, never mind. Don't have enough to offer that, so we'll drop it down a little bit. Nope, never mind. Don't have enough to offer that. We'll drop it down a little bit. There we go. That gets us to 66 points. You know what? Take the money back. The Bills are going 93. We're not going to be able to offer any of these corners, unfortunately, because we're going after We're going after some pretty good players in Conklin and Jack. I still can't believe that Jack doesn't have anybody going after him. You know what? I might be able to get him on a little bit of a less contract. Let me withdraw that. Maybe I am able to sign him for a little bit less since nobody's going after him. If we still offer him a fair contract, maybe he'll still accept it. I mean, it's still 95 points. That's pretty fair. I'll take that. And that leaves 18 million. Maybe now we can go after a guy like Kendall Fuller or Ronald Darby, I guess. If we offer like 71 mil, that's 105 points. Okay, it's going to be a battle, but maybe we can get Kendall Fuller. All right, we'll see what happens with those three signings. I still can't believe that Miles Jack made it there. Like, how did he get away from the Jaguars? Doesn't make any sense. And nobody was even offering him. Hopefully we signed him. Contract accepted, accepted, accepted. Boom! We hit on all three players, and they're all decently young. Oh, that's a huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. All right, we got to go heavy on receiver because we have nobody. We got to look at the combine grades too, because the combine grades were a big tell back in the day of how good somebody was going to be. There's not a whole lot of great combine grades down here. This might just not be a very good wide receiver class. We also need some offensive linemen too, for sure. Okay, some of the guys are bad. This not a great draft class. The centers usually were pretty good if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. This left guard could be good. All right, we'll see what happens. We have some upgrades to do. Oh, Kendall Fuller has an upgrade. All right, perfect. I feel like that was a worthwhile free agency. We got 3 big additions. We fixed our right tackle position. We fixed our middle linebacker position along with Reuben Foster. We also fixed, well, we didn't fix the cornerback room, but we helped it. That's for sure. Let's see. We need to go after some more guards. All right, there's a couple decent ones. The centers aren't very good. Ooh, there's a round 2 right guard. That could be something. Maybe. We'll find out. What do we got 5th-year options for this? Jonathan Allen. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to... Yeah, I want to lock him up with a long-term contract. What'd that say? Oh, I think I clicked yes. You picked up Jonathan Allen's 5th-year option. Absolutely. Definitely want to pick up his 5th-year option. I forgot that's how they used to do it back in the day. Okay, so we are moving on. We got more points to scout. We've got pick 8, pick 9, and pick 12. Is that what it was? Ooh, a couple of late guards. That might be something. Keep an eye on. There's got to be some wide receivers down the board, right? Or I'm just wasting points. All these guys suck. Free safety could be an option. There's another free safety. Oh, okay. Some free safeties might be good. That's helpful. And there's a corner. Okay. So see, there's you just had to scout a little bit further. We found some guys. So we have 3 first-round picks. We need to make a hit on all of them. But I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm actually going to see if I can I generate the best lineup? Just generate the best lineup here. So Haskins going to start. Richardson, McLaurin. We need a left guard for sure. Center could be helpful. But we don't necessarily need one right now. We got Reuben Foster and Miles Jack. We got Montez Sweat. I kind of want to move Montez over to defensive end and then move Allen over to D tackle. We'll see what happens. Collins goes up to X Factor, by the way. Kendall Fuller at corner. That's going to help us out. All right, let's go to the draft. Start drafting. All right, so the Vikings have the number 1 overall pick. And it's Donnell Ruff. He's a free safety, 76 overall. Then you got Ben Harris, who is a bad wide receiver. I don't know if this wide receiver class is that good. Defensive end, who's pretty decent. William Duncan, another defensive end. A D tackle. A tight end. And a left tackle. Okay, so we are here at pick number 8. We got back-to-back. So we can pick literally whoever we want. There's a couple of running backs on this board. Wow, 4.39 40-yard dash. Do I take a running back in the first round? That seems a little crazy. A couple of these guys are mid-first round projections. And their talent's late first round, mid-first round. Hmm. I can't take. Can I take a running back at pick 8? I mean, I can. Should I take a running back pick 8? I feel like he's going to be a freak. I got to take him. Tyrone Ray. He has normal dev. Really? He's the sixth best player in the class. 92 speed, 91 excel. I can't believe he has normal dev. That's one of the better running backs I've taken in a while in any game. But now we have the next pick in the draft. Was this quarterback any good? He might be end up pretty good. I don't know. But I was looking at free safety. There's a couple of round 1 free safeties down the board in third round. We should be able to grab one of them if we want them. There's a corner in the second round, and then there's this corner. He's 6'2". He's 5'11". We could grab both of them if we want. Do I trust one of these linebackers I didn't scout yet? I definitely don't trust him. He's slow. But Dion Martin might not be bad. I should have scouted a little bit better at the linebacker position because that would help us out moving Montez Sweat. I'm not going to take a center this early, but I could take this guard, Colton Kincaid or Connor Kincaid. He looks like he could be pretty good. We need guard bad. I think I'm going to take him. He's a 73. It's a reach of a pick. Ugh, normal dev as well. Okay. A little bit of a miss there. Alfred Branch is a good player. Okay. Back up at number 12. Where do we go? Do we go corner? The lack of information in this game is frustrating. Let's see. I think I might just trust the round 2 corner if he's still available. I definitely want to get one of these safeties. I kind of like this Dion Martin guy. I don't know a lot about him, obviously, but I'm going to take... He's 24. He's got a hidden dev. He's 64 overall, but I took a hidden dev. I finally took a hidden dev. The first 2 guys I took were not hidden dev players. All right, we sim to our next pick. Hopefully somebody's available. That quarterback is still there. Maybe that's a telling sign. There's a couple wide receivers left. The guards are still available. The center is still available. One of the right guards is available. Oh, no. What about the safeties? Okay, they're both still available. I think I got to take one of them. If I'm going to take one, I got to take them now. All right, this guy's not as fast. This guy's faster. Oops, I didn't mean to favorite him. They're both very similar players. I mean, he was a great combine. He just wasn't very fast. This guy is fast. Maybe that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I'm taking a fast guy. Why is he not have a dev trait? I don't remember how common dev traits were back in the day. All right, what's still available? The safety's gone. All the corners are sucking. All right, starting to run out of options here. The guard's still there. The center's gone. Okay, all the guards are still available. I'm going to have to take a guard, I think. Is it Matt Farmer? Probably. What about Max Kitchens? He also looks fairly good. We don't have to worry about Larry James just yet. I got to get one of these guys. Which one's better? This guy's younger. Let's take Matt Farmer. 67. Man, the drafting god is not... he's not up to par here in Madden 20. There's still a wide receiver available. Tony Driver. Take him. Also pretty bad, but 91 speed's not horrible. I'm a little rusty back in the old school drafting. Who's still available? Probably nobody. I might just have to sim out. Yeah, the guard's gone. The center's gone. All the guards are gone. Let's just sim out. All right, so the draft, I mean, it was whatever. It was whatever. We didn't do amazing, but that's okay. And now with the draft being over, we can take a look at the draft recap. So how good did we actually do? We got a 77 overall running back. He could, in fact, be the replacement for Darius Geis, unless Darius Geis just develops, which is, I guess, possible. Connor Kincaid is a 73. We missed on the linebacker, but I was too curious about his speed and stuff. I had to take him. So that is kind of a big miss in the first round. 70 overall, Jamal Carmen is pretty decent. And I think he had a dev trait, did he not? Was he one? Okay, he didn't. I think I only took one guy that had a dev trait in the entire draft, which is not ideal for us. But maybe those guys can develop even without the dev traits. Who knows? I'm thinking on the positive side for once in my life. So let's get to the season here, preseason of year number 2. The team's looking pretty good now. We're gonna ride with Dwayne Haskins for another season. See if now being the full-time starter, if he can add to those stats. Hopefully Terry McLaurin can get some big numbers. Kincaid's gonna go into the starting guard spot. Maybe that'll get him up to star dev. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Martin was the one that had the dev trait. You know what? If anybody was gonna have to have a dev trait, I'm glad it's him because he's such a low overall. We'll see what happens to him. I'm still leaning towards moving Montez Sweat. Maybe that's what I should do, and then Martin can start. Because he's an 81 right there. I think I'm leaning towards that. And then we move Allen to D tackle, and then we trade one of these two guys. Then we have Sweat, Allen, and then the other one of these two, which I would assume would be Ioannidis. So we trade Payne. We can make this work. I wonder if we can get a first-round pick for Payne. I mean, I got a first-round pick for Adrian Peterson. How could I not get a first-round pick for Daron Payne? The Bears actually are projected to get 25. That's a little insane to me. Everybody wants Daron. Well, not everybody, but most of the league wants Daron Payne. So what team has a good draft pick? I know we're in the preseason. The draft picks are going to change, obviously, but who do I think is going to be bad is the question. Kyler's still valued pretty highly in this game, so it's not going to be them. The Colts have Andrew Luck still, so it's not going to be them. The Cowboys have Dak. He's doing pretty well. They have a pretty good team. It's not going to be them. What about the Packers? Packers have Rodgers, but he's aging. Aaron Jones is getting better. They still have Devontae. This Packer team, I could see this Packer team not playing as well as the people on their team. Oh, by the way, Jair Alexander not on the Packers anymore. Got released. Kind of crazy. I know it's kind of old news by the time the video goes out, but still kind of crazy. I bet we could get number 10 for Daron Payne. Can I get their top 2 picks for Daron Payne? What's that say? They don't have the cap room, so I got to throw in a scrub? I got to throw in a bum? That's crazy. All right, who do I throw in? I guess just Equinemius St. Brown. Give me him. Talk about bums. All right, that didn't go through. What about just the first round pick? That didn't go through either. Wow. Maybe the 10th pick is not going to be possible. Maybe we go back to the Bears. We revisit that. Although they have negative cap room as well. Why does nobody ever have cap room? I guess give me a slightly more expensive bum. How about we go for a guy like... Who's making like $2 million? Here we go. Brett Jones making $2 million. Perfect. Daron Payne cannot go. How do you not have interest? Who's your D tackle? Who's your starting D tackle right now? You tell me you don't have interest in Daron Payne. Oh. Makes sense. They have Eddie Goldman. That makes sense why they wouldn't need Daron Payne. Well, who has a bad D tackle? The Broncos have a bad D tackle. You could certainly use Daron Payne. What's your draft pick? Pick 13? That's doable. Although nobody has any money ever. Give me a little bit more expensive bum. Who you paying that's bummy? Adam Gotsis? Yes. That gives them exactly 0 cap room. Well, who can I toss back in this? I got to get a first-round pick for Daron Payne. He's 23. Or is he 23? Yeah, he's 23 years old. How do you not want to give me a first-round pick for this guy? I could trade Darius Geis, but I feel like if I'm going to do that, I can get somebody better. Or something better. How about I give you... Nothing. We just keep Daron Payne. Not having the ability to do the trade finder thing is kind of annoying. It's such a convenience now that I don't like not having it anymore. And by the way, Ryan Kerrigan, doesn't he look a little bit like what's his face? The Family Guy dude. I forget. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Why am I blanking on his name? He looks a little bit like the Family Guy person, the creator. You know who I'm talking about. What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Hold on, it's gonna bother me. I gotta Google it right now. Why am I blanking on his name? Family Guy creator. Who is it? What's his name? Seth MacFarlane. Why was I blanking? That wasn't a hard name to forget. Why did I forget that? I'm such a stupid person. Seth MacFarlane is what I was thinking of. Ryan Kerrigan in that picture vaguely resembles. This is a long way just to say that, but I can't believe I forgot his name. All right, bringing in Miles Jack is a huge W. Bringing in Kendall Fuller. Right, we're running Kendall, not Kyle. Which Fuller do we bring in? I think it was Kendall. But this defense looks a lot better than it did. We're still waiting on the corners to get a little bit better. We're still waiting on the receiver. We got to get a number one receiver. Paul Richardson's not a number one receiver. Unfortunately, Terry's not a number one receiver either, which I hate. Maybe he can be this season. I don't know. I hope what I'm hoping for this season is probably a not a playoff position, but like contending for maybe like 9 wins. Not winning the division, but being right there on the cusp. That's kind of what I'm hoping for this season. Really, the only thing that's holding us back is Dwayne Haskins going to be the guy for us. He grew from like what a 70, 71 or something, 72, whatever he was at the beginning of the video, all the way to a 77 now. So maybe if he has a good season, I don't know if he's got the weapons around him to develop that well, but I hope so. That's the goal. Unless if he's not going to do it, then we'll just have to trade him and get a new quarterback. But we are currently standing at a 3-4 record, so not necessarily ideal, but he is going up. Dwayne gets 2 upgrades. So does Terry. So at least the younger guys are getting some rub. That's nice. There's a wide receiver at the top of the board, another running back, another guard, some more quarterbacks. We could look at a possible free safety. That is an option. Definitely got to look at corner and probably defensive end. Definitely outside linebacker. Maybe even a D tackle or two. Got to look at some corners. Got to look at some middle linebackers. We got to look at everybody. And then players that are ready to negotiate. We got Trent Williams, who's going to want more money. Kerrigan, Tressway. Ooh, okay. There's a couple big names in here. There's a couple big names in here. We're not going to have that much money after we re-sign these guys. It's going to be a little bit tight. But if we offer that to Trent Williams, he's going to come back. Ryan Kerrigan, he's 32. That's a little bit expensive for a 32-year-old. I want to get Reuben Foster back because he's 26. I know he's got normal dev, but he's still growing even though he's got normal dev. So if we offer him like that, will he accept that? He's going to come back. Perfect. Quentin Dunbar. Do we need Quentin Dunbar back? Probably, right? Fabian Moreau. He's only 26. We probably should get him back too. I don't know what we're going to do with Kerrigan. We might have to trade Kerrigan. We get Fabian Moreau back. I'd like to get my kicker and punter back. But I mean, that's a lot of money for a kicker and a punter, isn't it? That's far too much money for a kicker and a punter. He just needs a better salary. Really, Tress? That's what you're telling me right now? Do we need to sign our center back, or do we have a center replacement? We don't really have a center replacement, so Roulier is probably going to have to be our guy unless we draft one. That's possible. Do I have enough money to bring him back? I just barely have enough money to bring him back. Hopefully he accepts it. I don't have enough salary cap to bring him back. He's okay. We barely had enough to bring him back, but that means we don't have enough to bring Kerrigan back. So at the end of the season, we're gonna have to trade Kerrigan. But I'm gonna simulate the rest of the year, see how we do. Second in the conference or second in the AFC East or NFC East. I mean, we are 3-4. Maybe, just maybe, the second half of the year can be good. Season 2 is in the books. We didn't make the playoffs, as you can tell, but we went 8-8. So we are slightly better, improving just barely. We'll simulate to the Super Bowl, and then we'll take a look at the regular season stats, see how Terry McLaurin did, see how Dwayne Haskins did, see how all of the good boys did. They're all good, clean boys, except for Reuben Foster and Darius Geis, and maybe not all of them are good, clean boys, but most of them. All right, we got scouting. Let's take a look at the stats, though. Stats on the season. Oh, we got 3,800 yards for Dwayne Haskins, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a phenomenal season for Dwayne. The Dwayne train. Big time. Darius Geis does get over 1,000 yards, so that proves my point that he probably would have got over 1,000 yards if he started the whole year last year. That's good to know. Doesn't do any good now. Terry McLaurin, 745 and 5. Almost 1,000 for Paul Richardson. We got to get a number one receiver, man. It's crazy. Miles Jack comes in and balls out. So does Reuben Foster. Then we get sack leader is Kerrigan, who we're going to trade. Ioannidis had 7.5 sacks. Foster had 6. Interceptions is Landon Collins with 2. A few guys had 1. All right, whatever, big dog. It's the Browns and the Saints in the Super Bowl. That sounds a little crazy. Are there any good players in this draft? Tell me that there are, or I'm going to cry into my pillow. There seems to be a couple of guys, Dwayne Vick. There seems to be a couple of guys that could be good, but we're not going to have a draft pick really to find any of those guys because I suck. All right, here we go. Contract negotiations. We're going to have to trade Kerrigan because we don't have the cap room to sign this man. So let's go and trade him. He's 33 years old. Does he have any value whatsoever? Oh, a couple teams. Okay. Good to know. Wait, what was that? The Monarchs? I forgot that not turning off relocation in the settings means that there's a 90% chance that one of the teams is going to relocate. What team would have this been? Who's not here? Bears, Bengals, Bills, Broncos, Browns, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Chiefs, Colts, Cowboys, Dolphins. It's easier just to go through the divisions. Who's moved? Where are the Monarchs at? Are they in the AFC? They are in the AFC. What conference? They're in the AFC West. Who moved? The Chargers? The Chargers moved. Why do they always move? And they went to London. Oh, you think it'd be the Jaguars? All right, the Chargers are now the Monarchs. And yeah, that's the thing. I forgot that in these older Maddens that it's like a 90% chance that a team or multiple are going to relocate. All right, let's get back to business now that we know the Monarchs are going to be in the league. Let's see. So it was a couple teams down here. Falcons and Niners are both interested in Ryan Kerrigan. Man, Deion Jones, 94 overall. All right, the Falcons had a really good season, so they have a bad pick. What about the Niners? They had a less good season, so maybe we can grab 15 from them? Possible. The possibilities are endless. We have pick 14, so we could go back-to-back again. What about if I give a 4th-round pick? That's closer. I gave up a 3rd-round pick last year. I'd be willing to do it again. Very close. What about a 6? Very close. What about a 5? Very close. What about a 5 from this year? Maybe that ups the value? It does up the value. Okay, so we get another 1st-round pick for Ryan Kerrigan. It is 15, so we're going back-to-back. We don't have enough money to get Monte Nicholson. If I withdraw the offer on this dude, do I really want to spend a franchise tag on this big dog? It's 11.8 million. That's not that bad. We don't have an option at free safety, so we have to bring him back. So we're not going to be players in free agency this year because we don't simply have any money. Any Mercedes Monet. But that's okay. We can still take a peek at what's going on in here. Sherm. Richard Sherman has no offers. He's 33. Makes sense. But he's still an X Factor. Derrick Henry was in there. I saw that. But we will go straight to the draft. Maybe we can have a better draft than last season. Who knows? I am curious about the playbooks. I still don't know. I know I said it earlier, but I don't know if they matter as much back in the day as they do now. They probably do, because this game is basically the same game as it was, just a different skin. So it probably has the same effect. So if we go to like Kansas City, would we be better? I don't know. Let's start drafting. We have pick 14 and 15 in the draft this year. So we can take 2 guys that are hopefully good. There's a running back, there's a defensive end, there's a D tackle, a couple of D tackles. But what we really need is like corner and linebacker, and there's just not anybody that's good. There's a D tackle that's good. There's a pass rusher that's good. Keenan Blackwell. I'm gonna miss on him, aren't I? He's not gonna be good, is he? There's a right tackle. Ooh, early first rounder for Bradley Fitch. Fitch? Let's take him.
Are now on the
Normal dev. You gotta be joking, bro. Give me somebody. He's the second best player in the class, though. Give me somebody that has a dev trait. Why is that so hard? All right, so we got the second best player in the entire class. I guess that's a W. There's nobody else in the offensive line that we scouted. We probably should grab a center, shouldn't we? But I don't know enough about him. He had a really good combine. You know what? He can't be that bad, can he? He's not that good. Although he's picked 15. So we took him at 15. He is picked 15. So at least we have some sort of replacement for Roulier in the future. I don't know if he's going to be worth it. Did that one guy get taken? It looks like he did, didn't he? He was a defensive end, wasn't he? Ah, Christ. All right. That man's name is Cheek. Just one? Singular Cheek? All right. You do you. Let's see. Corner. Who's got the coolest name? Jabari Dukes is a good name. Kari Logan is a good name. Darian Fryer is a great name. There's some okay. Shannon Chapman's a good name. Oh, this is the bad part about not knowing or not scouting enough because I don't know any of these guys' real talent. And I'm just taking a guess. None of them are that tall. 6'2" is pretty good. I don't really just want to go on combine grade because I don't know if that's going to be a viable solution. There's Dwayne Vick. Didn't I mention him earlier? Because he had a cool name. Marquise Wakefield from Northern. Charleston Southern for Thurman Holloman? Why is everybody so old? Everybody's 23, 24. What's going on? Casey, last name. I'm not going to say his last name. Kiefer Sutherland? All right. He's here. I don't even know who to take, man. I'm just going off names now. Let's just take Trevor Howard. Might as well. No, we shouldn't take. No, don't take Trevor Howard. No. I'm getting out of this draft. Shouldn't have took Trevor Howard. He was bad. Not good. Very, very much bad. Very, very much not good. We did hit on the first two picks, though. 74 overall center, 78 overall right tackle. Who was the best player in the class? It was Brian Robbins. And then tied for second was Corey Dickerson from Miami, from the U. But Brian Robbins, number 2 overall pick, was the overall best player. So it was a pretty offensive line heavy top of the draft, which it usually is back in the day. And still is to this day, probably. But at least we have a right tackle that we like. Doesn't have a dev trait. Because why would he? Let's take a look at the team, though. Let's take a look at the team. So Kincaid goes up to a 76 from a 73. That's solid. We've got Haskins at an 80. Geis is 82. We got to get a wide receiver. That's our problem. That's what's holding us back. Martin is going to start at outside linebacker because we don't have what's-his-face anymore. Kerrigan. So Montez Sweat moves over to left outside. Is this team good enough to make the playoffs? Maybe. It might be good enough to make the playoffs. We did win, what? We won 8 games this year? 9 games? Something like that? I think it was 8 games, right? So we could, in theory, go up. Maybe we should try to test out that playbook thing. Because I honestly can't remember if playbooks matter that much in the sim this year, in Madden 20. What playbook do we think would be good? We could go with the classic, like Chiefs or Bills or something like that. Or Cowboy. Maybe Cowboys playbook is going to be good. Or the Giants. We saw the Giants do really well. Can I see, like... I don't think I can see history, can I? Not back in the day. So who's got Super Bowls? The Saints have 2 Super Bowls. Tomlin's coaching the Broncos. I'm trying to see Bruce Arians on the Eagles. I'm trying to see the coaches that have Super Bowls that I can figure out what playbooks are good. We've only gone 2 years. Who's won the Super Bowl? So Sean Payton's got an extra Super Bowl, so he's won one of them. But all these other guys had Super Bowls before, right? Frank Reich had a Super Bowl. I don't think no. Frank Reich must have had the other Super Bowl. So it's the Saints and the Colts have the two Super Bowls. Should we just go with the Cowboy playbook? Maybe. Let's try it out and see what happens. So fix our scheme fit really quickly. We'll go to a 80% vertical power run. And we will stay with a base 3-4. And then we'll switch from Jay Gruden. Even though, to be fair, we were putting up decent numbers with Haskins. We just weren't getting the wins that we needed. So we'll go Jason Garrett, Dallas. And we'll go John Harbaugh, Baltimore. Maybe that'll be the things that get us the win. So we'll simulate the season, year number 3. And maybe, just maybe, these playbook changes will work. Year 3's done, and we missed the playoffs for the 3rd straight year. We went 6-10. So the playbook change maybe hurt us? I don't know. Very interesting not making the Super Bowl, or not making the playoffs. I felt like the playbook change would have worked, but this game didn't give it to me. So maybe we should go back to the Washington playbooks. I don't know. It's the Browns and the Packers. Maybe we go to the Browns. Are the Browns going to give us that good Gluck? I mean, I don't know what's going on here. 3,300 yards, 21 touchdowns. So a very, very lackluster season from Dwayne. So Dallas definitely is in the move. But running, Darius Geis went off. So the running back playbook really gave him something. 1,000 yards for Paul Richardson. How'd the Ravens playbook do? Montez Sweat got 9 sacks. All right, we'll keep the Ravens defense, but Cowboy offense isn't going to get the job done, unfortunately. So we will have to look for another one. Who do we go for? Do we go for somebody like the Chiefs? Did we just go Chiefs? We got another decision to make on Jonathan Allen. We barely have any money to pay Jonathan Allen. Oh, no. No. He thinks free agency will be better for him in the long term. Well, that just sucks a big nut, doesn't it? We got Darius Geis, who needs a new contract. Good thing we drafted that other running back. Looks like we're going to be trading some people today. We're going to franchise tag Jonathan Allen. But we are officially now going to trade Daron Payne because we won't have enough money once we franchise tag him. We got to trade for draft picks. Trade for the draft picks so I can keep missing on all my draft picks. Although, maybe I can trade for somebody. Maybe I can trade for a veteran. Darius Leonard. Who's it gonna be? Let's see. Brian Burns is an 89. Why is he so good? No, it's not going to work. I just had to try it out. See what was going on. See the play it out. Harvey, there's Harvey. Cheek ends up being a 76. Really? He was that good? Does he have a dev trait? He has a dev trait. God, you stupid. This is probably going to go through. So can I get more? I want more. Give me more. What about Gerald Conway? He doesn't have a dev trait. Patrick Robinson. He's 34 years old. Why are you still in the league, big dog? Who else can I get? I want to get something. Because this has got to go through. I mean, there's no... Alize Mack? Haven't seen him for a while. Will Clapp? Yes, I will. Let's see. What about this dude? He doesn't have a dev trait. Why does nobody ever have dev traits? Was it that uncommon to get dev traits back in the day? I thought it was Denzel Valentine for a second. Dale Valentine. He likes NASCAR. Let's go for Gerald Conway. I know he doesn't have a dev trait, but let's go for Gerald Conway, and then maybe we can snag like a 3rd round pick as well. No, we cannot. What about just these two? Possible. It is very, very conceivable this could happen. So maybe we toss in a third round pick. We just keep tossing third round picks. That's very close to getting accepted. We toss like a 6th round pick from this year. That's accepted. So we get 2 guys on rookie contracts for Daron Payne. We got to trade Jordan Reed. Can we trade him for another tight end? Is somebody willing to give me another tight end? Hopefully. Who has a tight end that I want? Sherrard Riley. Give me Sherrard Riley. You don't want to give me Sherrard Riley. That makes sense. He's good. What else do they have? Dalton Schultz? 26. That might be something. Give me Dalton Schultz. Yes, there we go. We get Dalton Schultz. Okay, let's see. Darius Geis got to get traded, unfortunately. But we do have that other running back, so maybe he'll do something. What can we trade Darius Geis for? They want us to get a D tackle. We could just move Allen over there. Let's try and trade for a defensive end. Or maybe another outside linebacker or a corner or something. Corner. Let's trade for a corner. Let's trade for a corner. Who's the corner going to be, though? Jalen Ramsey still in Jacksonville. Who's this guy? Gabriel Crothers? Yes, please. Trade offer accepted. All right, we get Gabriel Crothers. We're going to franchise tag my man John Allen. $21 million. So we keep him around. We got to go and turn him into a D tackle, most likely. How's the defense looking now? So we're going to turn Allen into a D tackle. Then he's going to move over. And then should we move Montez Sweat? We move him over. We'll move Montez Sweat down to defensive end. Save changes. He becomes an 87. That's huge. That gives Martin another chance to play. We add another corner with a dev trade. All right, the defense starting to look a little bit better. We got a couple guys on rookie contracts. We're still riding with Dwayne. We got the rookie, or not the rookie anymore, but we got the young running back playing now at starter. Terry's up to a 77. I'm going to give him that number 1 burn. Might as well. And then also put him in the slot. Can I put him in the slot, please? Kind of crazy to put Terry in the slot and the starting the number 1 wide receiver, but he needs to get those reps. He needs to get those reps. So Terry needs to be the starter in the slot. Okay, so we also got to change playbooks. I forgot about that. We're not going to have any money again because we franchise tagged Jonathan Allen again. Or right again? Yeah, I think. So we're not going to have any money because we have negative 9.7. So we'll go to the draft. This time we have a higher pick because we won like 6 games. So we're going to have like a top 10 pick, I would think. We could go... What do we need? Maybe we need a number 1 wide receiver. I know Terry's trying to become that number 1 wide receiver, but it's taking him too long. I don't know. Maybe just take best player available. I guess we'll see what happens because I still don't even know really what our draft pick is. So start drafting. We have the 6th pick in the draft. That's actually pretty decent.
The Redskins are now on.
We can make something happen with this pick. We got a pass rusher here. We got a left tackle. We've got a wide receiver, Sean Tompkins. 4.5 speed. He looks decent, but he's a mid-first rounder. Mid-first rounder for Jamal Tripp. We need a corner, or we need a wide receiver 1 so bad. But this corner, okay. Jimmy Richmond might be the guy we take. He looks actually pretty good. But this left tackle also is probably pretty good too. Ooh. We have Trent Williams. We have Jack Conklin. We have the other left tackle that we took last year. I don't think I could pass that up. Draft him. Yeah, we took the best player in the class, Andrew Lynch. He finally has a dev trait. Okay. Now, how can I trade up? Because I also want that corner.
The Bears are now on the clock.
Is he going to make it?
The Patriots.
Julian Gonzalez. No, Jimmy Richmond. That was him. I tried. Simulated too far. All right. Whatever.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
I simulated too far. Who's going to be available now? Nobody, it looks like. 3 guys we have scouted. They're all trash. I don't even know what wide receiver to take, man. The fastest wide receiver is that first guy I saw. This guy right here, Mark Bailey. I'm going to grab him.
The Jets are now
He ends
on
up
the
being
clock.
71, ranked 71. He's bad. He's a 67 overall. And my life is over. But at least I hit on the first overall, or on the 6th overall pick. We got the #1 player in the entire class. And he actually has a dev trade this time, which might open up a possibility for down the line to draft or to trade Trent Williams. Because now we have 2 tackles plus Conklin. So we have 3 tackles. That's interesting. We're definitely changing our offensive scheme. Let's just go Kansas City. Make it simple. See if that works. Kansas City probably will help us out. It'll definitely get Haskins a lot of yards, I would think. And Dalton Schultz will probably go up. All right, so they moved Terry back to the #2 wide receiver, which means they probably took him out of the slot as well. I'm going to move him back to #1. All right, so we got Lynch. The Kincaid dude's actually developing fairly well for a normal dev player. What we could do is we could move Lynch to guard and then move Kincaid to center. That could be a possibility. Just spitballing some things here. I'm very curious to see how the development of Martin goes. Very curious about that. I'm hoping that these preseason or these playbook changes actually come into effect. We need to win some games. This is what, year #4 of the rebuild? Gotta get some wins now. Gotta get playoff. If we haven't even made the playoffs. Maybe this team is just cursed under this regime. This franchise is just cursed. All right, let's see. Who's getting upgrade points? Terry gets an upgrade point. So does Richardson. If Paul Richardson wants to be my #1 receiver, I guess that's fine. I don't really care who becomes them. I just want one. All right, so we got new playbooks running. Well, new offensive playbook. Is that going to help us out this year? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. All right, so we finish up the year and missing the playoffs again. Again, 6 wins. I don't really know. Maybe we should never have switched playbooks. I'm going to go back to the Washington offense. Maybe we should have never switched in the first place. Maybe I put a bunch of bad juju on the fact that we switched from Washington's offense, because we were actually putting up decent numbers with the Washington offense. Maybe I shouldn't have ever left it. I don't know. How do we do in the Kansas City playbook? I mean, 30 touchdowns and 3,600 yards, not bad. We just didn't win. We didn't win games, which I feel like we should. We have a decent team. Stats are pretty solid. Deion Martin puts up 7.5. That's huge for his development. 3 interceptions for Crothers. Fabian Moreau also had 3. Okay. I don't know how much money we're going to have, but maybe it's better to go back to the Washington playbook. I am curious to see the development of Dwayne Haskins and Terry McLaurin, see how they're doing. Seahawks and Texans in the bowl. I am scouting quarterbacks just in case. I'm also scouting receivers, trying to find a #1, but it doesn't look like there is one. Although there's a couple down the board here that might be decent. Braden Saunders. Oh, let's see. I scouted like at least one center. There's only really one worth scouting. There's a guard. Scout a couple defensive ends. Maybe they're going to be good. Who knows? There's a D tackle that could be solid. All right, let's get to the offseason. How much money are we going to have? That's the big question. How much money is in the bank? First off, let's take a look at depth trades and possible upgrades here. So Haskins at 84. Is he ever going to take the jump? I don't know. Terry McLaurin gets star dev, though. That's huge. He's an 80 overall. If we generate best lineup, he's #1 receiver now. And Roulier has been passed by Kaplan. Okay. Cool. Sick. 75 overall from Martin. He didn't really grow that much. Carmen now is the starting free safety. I don't know. I feel like this team is a playoff team. We're just not simulating very well. And I'm not sure why. We got Jonathan Allen again. We got Montez Sweat, Ioannidis. This might have to be the time where we trade Ioannidis. And Dwayne needs a new contract. No. Oh, and Terry needs a new contract. Do we have the money to pay these guys? How much money do we have? Oh, we do have the money now. All right, well, we got to get Jonathan Allen back. Hopefully he accepts this because I really don't want to franchise tag him again. Just sign. Just sign the deal. He's going to sign. Perfect. We got to get Terry back. That's for sure. So we'll offer Terry McLaurin a contract. He signs. Dalton Schultz will get back because we don't have any other option at tight end. We traded for you for a reason. So please accept that Monet. He's coming back. Perfect. Richardson, we probably should get back. Do we want to get freaking Dwayne back? Gotta get Montez back. He's coming back. All right. Ioannidis probably should get you back for the best. He's coming back. Okay. Now we have a decision to make. Dwayne, we can barely afford him. Is he the guy for us? That's the big question, because Paul Richardson we can get back. Do we want to commit long-term to Dwayne Haskins? I think we might. If he accepts this. I don't have the cap room. Never mind. We don't have the cap room. Never mind. We don't have the cap room. He appreciates the... We don't have the cap room to get Dwayne back, so we have to franchise tag him for $37.5 million. Do we want to continue with Dwayne Haskins? I think we will. I'll franchise tag him. I'll bring him back. I'll franchise tag him and bring him back. If he's not... If the Washington playbook doesn't do well next year, then I don't know what we're going to do. But at least we got some of the big names back. We got Jonathan Allen back. We got Montez Sweat back. We got Terry McLaurin back. Those are like three of the more expensive contracts we're ever going to have to sign. So those are huge additions to the re-additions. Re-additions? Those are re-signings to the team. Oh, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen for the boys. I'm a little rusty on the Madden 20 rebuilding. I might not be as good as I thought, or maybe as good as I wanted to be. What pick are we going to have, though? We have pick number 13. Not as good as last year, but still pretty solid. What's going to be available here? We got quarterback. We got a corner. Malik Austin. He's a late first-round pick. There's a wide receiver. There's a defensive end. Taj McBean. Great name. There's Braden Saunders. He's an early first round. We might have to take him. We've been looking for a number one wide receiver this entire video. And he actually has early first rounder as his talent. So let's take Braden Saunders. He has hidden dev. I finally hit. Thank you. I got a streak going now. I hit on the tackle last year. And now I hit on the receiver this year. The streak is here. Everybody else that I've scouted is garbage. Great. Thanks. I appreciate that. There's a corner here. Anton Combs. Anthony Teal. Pretty fast. Rayshawn Shea. It's a great name. Randall Childs, Alex Abbott. Let's go for Anthony Teal because he's fast. He's not good. Why does the world hate me? Get me out of this freaking draft. I hate this old scouting. It's so much. There's not enough information to go on. There's not enough information to go on back in the day. I forgot how hard it was. All right, and I'm just stupid. That's a possibility as well. So we get 77 overall, but the rest of the picks were absolute whiffs. But that's okay, because we go into what, year number 5 now at this point. We're flying through these these years. Year number, I think 5. I don't know. It could be 4. Who knows? Who the heck effing knows? Well, that's Braden Saunders. I was gonna say, who's this guy on our team now? But it's Braden Saunders. So we have a number 2 wide receiver now. We have Terry, who can hopefully be our number 1. We're trusting Dwayne a little bit. We're back in the Washington offense. We're still running Baltimore defense. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe we should go back to just full Washington, but I don't know. I'm very curious to see if this Washington playbook actually works, though. Because, I mean, we were putting up decent numbers with Dwayne originally before we switched the first time from the playbook. So maybe going back to it now with a higher overall team, slightly. Maybe it'll help us out. I don't know. All right, so we got some upgrade players, some good names on there. Braden Saunders got upgraded. That's nice to see. All right, so we're starting the season with a smooth 84 across the board. Team's looking okay. I really need Dwayne to take this jump. I really do. Saunders could end up being better than Terry. That's kind of crazy, actually. We're going to simulate the season, and hopefully it goes a lot better, because I need it to. Because I'm going to get a little worried if we don't win a championship pretty soon. We missed the playoffs again, and I'm starting to get annoyed here. Maybe I should be upgrade. I forget, do we have to upgrade the coach? Is that a thing? Because I have like XP and stuff. Is that like how do I upgrade the coach? Coach goals, is that what it is? Season goals, legacy goals. Oh wait, is that what I'm supposed to do? I forget if upgrading your coach matters in this game. Because I have a bunch of XP. Does this do anything? Oh, here we go. What's this? Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. Does this do anything? I don't know if... I mean, this is all like influence stuff. I don't think that it does anything. We bought a bunch of stuff. Maybe I shouldn't have bought the player acquisition stuff. I did get expert scouting, though. Maybe that's... And master trade negotiator. That could help. Submit options. That's not... No, that's the right thing. There we go. All right, so maybe we should have been spending that the whole time. I forgot that was even a thing. But we go 6-10 again. Because of course we did. Dwayne's numbers dropped significantly. Tony Driver, who is our third string wide receiver, gets the most yards on the team. Miles Jack's killing it. He leads the team in sacks as well. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. What am I doing wrong, man? I think I'm going to go one more year. That'd be what, 6 years? I think I'm going to go one more year. If we can't figure anything out at that point, we haven't even made the playoffs yet. Playoffs? We haven't even made the playoffs yet. So, I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, we have a fairly decent team, right? The Browns are in the Super Bowl game. Maybe the Browns playbook is where it's at. I don't know. I'm honestly a little kerfuffled. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I'm here or what I'm doing. There's got to be some way to get a win. How do we win football games? Do we go to the Browns playbook? I mean, that seems a little crazy. It's the Browns, but they've played in like 2 Super Bowls in this video. We've got Kendall Fuller, a new contract. Trent Williams is back. We should have enough money to bring these guys back for one final run. Hopefully they accept. Scherf is coming back. We need to get Trent Williams back. Offer him a lot of money. He's going to come back. Got to get Kendall Fuller back. We also have to get Dwayne back, I think. Unless we trade Dwayne. Maybe Dwayne's the problem. I hate to say that. But maybe Dwayne's the problem. He's only an 85. I feel like he's not growing as fast as I need him to. He's coming back, but I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling not 22. Let's just sign everybody we can back. Get some new contracts out there. Dion Martin needs a new one. Although we are running. He's 28. How old was he when we drafted him? Was he 24? I don't remember. He might have been old. He's happy to sign and come back. Oh, there's Tony Driver. Hardly know her. We don't have the cap room to offer him a contract. Well, that sucks to suck, Tony. You led the team in yards, and now you're just going to be kicked to the curb. Let's see. We're probably... I mean, we're going to lose out on 2 decent corners as well, unless I can bring him back. He's not very expensive. Can I just up the years and the money goes down? 19 million. What the heck? I can't... You're serious about this. There's not any way I can finesse the system. We can offer him 4.2 million. I don't have the salary cap. You gotta be freaking me. Are you freaking me right now? Whatever. Whatever, bro. I don't know what I've been told. I don't know what I've been told, but I don't know how to rebuild in this game anymore. Oh, although to be fair, this was back in 2019 when I wasn't really doing rebuilds. I was just doing franchise mode. So, cut me some slack, I guess. I don't know. But I guess I can't fix this. Maybe this franchise is just cursed. They're just too cursed to rebuild. There's no fixing them. That's what I'm going to tell myself when I inevitably fail this rebuild, because we're not going to win anything this next year. How much money do we have? It won't even show me, will it? We have $300,000. That is not good.
The Bengals are now
We have
on
pick
the
number
clock.
6, another top pick
The
in the draft.
Redskins are now on the clock.
Yahoo! All right. 4-3 speed's pretty crazy. That D tackle's early first rounder. This guy's early first rounder. I'm
The
taking him.
Jaguars are
Jonathan
now on the
Pearson,
clock.
number 4 in the draft, hidden dev. Let's go, baby! I'm back. The drafting god's here.
The Redskins
W.
are now on the clock.
All I get are doubles and U's. Everybody that I scouted that was good is gone. I hate my life. Amir Gayton, fast
Jaguars
linebacker.
are now
I'm
on
taking
the
him.
clock.
God, stupid son of a. Ugh. Why is everybody that's fast bad? At least I got a good player in the first round. That's like the 4th year in a row I've gotten a good player in the first round. I might be goated at this. At least in the first round. I can bring me in for the first round. I'll draft you a stud. The rest of the rounds, you're on your own. And CPU's not doing themselves any favors either. They're drafting a bunch of scrubs, bunch of jabronis, bums. All right, this probably is going to be the final year because I simply don't have any other solutions. I am going to switch to the Browns offense just to see, because I'm super curious. They've played in 2 Super Bowls in this video alone. Well, they've never played in a Super Bowl outside of this video. So it's Freddie Kitchens. I forgot he was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns once upon a time. Good God, Cleveland. I feel bad for you. All right. Sim to the regular season. We got to win some games and make the playoffs, right? Right? Got to make the playoffs, right? Maybe I was a fool. Maybe I had the rose-colored glasses on Dwayne. I'm a big Dwayne guy. R.I.P. to the Simba. But maybe he just wasn't the guy for this rebuild. Maybe we should have actually traded for Deshaun Watson, because he's probably a 99 by this point. He's probably been a 99 for a few years at this point. And Dwayne just hasn't really developed. And to be fair, Terry hasn't developed either. What's the offense looking like here? So we've got 2 guys that are both 82 overall receiver. We've got Haskins at 85. Offensive line, I feel like the offensive line's good enough. It's not amazing by any means, but it's good enough. We've got Pearson at 77. He's going to start right away. Foster hasn't really developed either. Man, if you have normal dev, you just can't go anywhere. You just can't develop at all. All right. I mean, this could be a playoff team. It could be a bad team. I guess we'll find out. This very well could be the final year. All right. So it's been what? Like, this is the 6th season or something. We didn't make the playoffs again. We had our worst season. We went 3-12. The Browns playbook screwed me. They put me into a false sense of security because they made the playoffs for two times in this video. And we go, how did we go 3 wins? These are good stats. These are all very good stats. I give up. I'm not rebuilding the skins anymore. This team is cursed. This franchise is cursed. At least this era of the franchise is cursed. I'm tired of it. I'm done. We're just not going to get the rebuild that we wanted to get. I can't handle it anymore. I'm going to rip my hair out. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Let me know if you want to see any more retro rebuilds on different games. I have access to a lot of different Madden games, so if you want to see a different game, let me know, and I will take them on in the future. The freaking Monarchs, formerly the Chargers, are in the playoffs. Oh, or in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's it. We're done. Peace.